In a move that has sent ripples across the global defense and geopolitical landscape, Iran has made a decisive shift in its military procurement strategy, abandoning its planned acquisition of Russia's Su-35 fighter jets in favor of purchasing advanced Chinese J-10 aircraft. The decision, confirmed by defense sources and amplified by regional media outlets, has left the Pentagon scrambling to reassess the implications for Middle Eastern security, U.S. military posture, and the broader balance of power in the region. The deal, finalized after months of quiet negotiations between Tehran and Beijing, marks a significant pivot in Iran's defense alignment. Initially, Iran was expected to receive up to 24 Su-35 fighters from Russia, a deal that had been touted as a cornerstone of the deepening Russia-Iran defense partnership. But sources familiar with the matter say Tehran grew concerned about delivery delays, maintenance complexity, and the logistical burden of integrating Russian systems into its air force. Instead, Iran has opted for the Chinese-built Chengdu J10C, a fourth-generation plus, multi-role fighter that boasts advanced avionics, ESA radar, and compatibility with China's latest air-to-air and air-to-surface weaponry. Defense analysts note that the J10C is easier to maintain, has better availability of spare parts, and can be delivered much faster than the Su-35, giving Iran a quicker path to modernizing its aging air fleet. For Beijing, the sale is more than just a commercial transaction. It cements China's growing role as a defense supplier to the Middle East, a region traditionally dominated by US, Russian, and European arms manufacturers. By delivering a modern, combat-proven platform to Iran, China not only deepens its ties with Tehran but also challenges Washington's influence in the Gulf. This is particularly sensitive for the Pentagon, which views the Middle East as a critical arena for deterring Iranian aggression and protecting oil shipping lanes. The U.S. Department of Defense has not officially commented on the sale, but senior defense officials speaking on background admit that the deal complicates America's strategic calculus. The J-10C's advanced capabilities could significantly improve Iran's ability to project air power over the Persian Gulf, challenge U.S. and allied air superiority, and protect its growing missile and drone arsenal from potential airstrikes. The aircraft's compatibility with long-range Chinese missiles like the PL-15, capable of engaging targets well beyond visual range, is seen as a particular concern for American planners. Military experts believe Iran's decision also reflects a deeper geopolitical calculation. Over the past year, Tehran has strengthened economic and political ties with Beijing, signing multi-billion-dollar cooperation agreements under China's Belt and Road Initiative. By turning to China for advanced fighter jets, Iran not only diversifies its military suppliers, but also signals a willingness to shift away from an over-reliance on Moscow. This could be a response to Russia's growing dependence on Iran for drones and military support in Ukraine, which some Iranian officials reportedly view as asymmetrical and exploitative. For Russia, the loss of the Su-35 deal is a blow both financially and symbolically. The Kremlin had hoped that the sale would showcase its military technology and cement its role as Iran's primary arms partner. Instead, Moscow now faces the prospect of Iran becoming a more prominent Chinese defense customer, potentially cutting into future Russian sales. Some analysts suggest that Russia's inability to deliver the Su-35s quickly due to production bottlenecks and the demands of its own war in Ukraine left Tehran with little choice but to look elsewhere. The regional implications of Iran acquiring the J-10C are profound. Israel, which has long viewed Iran's air force as technologically inferior, may now have to rethink its operational strategies. The J-10C's radar and missile systems could make Israeli airstrikes on Iranian targets more risky and complex. Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and other Gulf states already wary of Iran's expanding influence may respond by accelerating their own procurement of advanced Western aircraft, potentially leading to a new arms race in the region. From Washington's perspective, the deal underscores the urgency of countering China's expanding defense exports and influence in regions traditionally aligned with the West. The Pentagon has been warning for years that China is using arms sales as a tool of strategic leverage, offering advanced systems at competitive prices, often bundled with favorable financing and technology transfer agreements. Iran's purchase of the J-10C is a textbook example of this strategy in action. The Chinese jet itself is no stranger to international attention. The J-10C has been steadily upgraded over the years, with the latest variants featuring improved stealth characteristics, electronic warfare suites, and advanced radar systems. It is capable of carrying a wide range of weapons, including precision-guided bombs, anti-ship missiles, and long-range air-to-air missiles. Its versatility and combat performance have earned it comparisons to the American F-16, though with certain advantages in avionics and missile range. Iran's acquisition of the J-10C also raises questions about potential technology transfers. While neither Beijing nor Tehran has confirmed any such arrangement, some defense observers speculate that China could assist Iran in upgrading its domestic aircraft manufacturing capabilities. This could eventually lead to indigenous Iranian variants of the J-10C or the integration of Chinese systems into Iran's existing fleet. Such a development would further complicate U.S. and allied efforts to contain Iran's military expansion. For the Iranian public, the news has been presented as a major victory. State media outlets have hailed the purchase as proof of the country's ability to defy Western sanctions and modernize its military without relying on the United States or Europe. Footage of Chinese J-10Cs performing aerobatic maneuvers has been broadcast alongside commentary celebrating Iran's strategic independence and resistance economy. On the streets, however, opinions are mixed. While some Iranians see the deal as a sign of national strength, others worry about the cost, especially given the country's ongoing economic struggles. The government has not disclosed the exact price of the aircraft or the terms of the deal, but military experts estimate that each J-10C could cost between $40 and $50 million, depending on the configuration and included weaponry. Diplomatically, the purchase is likely to deepen tensions between Tehran and Washington. The Biden administration has repeatedly warned Iran against escalating its military capabilities, particularly in the realm of advanced aviation. The addition of J-10Cs to Iran's arsenal will almost certainly lead to calls in Congress for new sanctions targeting both Tehran and Beijing. This could strain U.S.-China relations further, as Washington seeks to balance its competition with Beijing over trade, technology, and security issues. In the months ahead, military watchers will be looking for signs of how quickly Iran can integrate the J-10C into its air force. Training pilots and ground crews, establishing maintenance facilities, and building supply chains for spare parts are all critical steps in making the most of the new aircraft. Given the speed with which China can deliver, some analysts believe Iranian pilots could be flying the J-10C operationally within a year. The strategic picture is clear: Iran's pivot from Russia's Su-35 to China's J-10C is not just a swap of aircraft. It is a realignment with far-reaching consequences. It highlights China's rise as a global arms supplier, Russia's vulnerability in the defense export market, and the Pentagon's growing challenge in containing both Tehran and Beijing in an increasingly multipolar world. As one U.S. defense official put it, it's not just about Iran getting new jets. It's about the kind of world we're moving into, where countries like China can step in and change the game overnight.